What's up, y'all? I'm back. Episode 2. Game 4 was last night. Cavs Celtics. Kyrie had a big game, but we'll get to that. First thing I want to talk about was how well the Celtics are playing without Isaiah Thomas. It's very commendable, and they're doing a great job. They're really moving the ball well, which I think might hurt Cleveland in the next series when they play the Warriors. Doing a really good job of just getting open shots and making shots, and it's coming from all over. It's Crowder, it's Bradley, Smart. He's even shooting the ball decent. Olenek is hitting little floaters and little 15-footers, and he had a nice little dunk last night. And they're just playing together, they're playing hard, but that only gets you so far. You kind of need somebody to take over in the moments when you need a basket, and obviously they're missing that right now with Isaiah Thomas. Kevin Love looked good. 17 points, 17 rebounds, 5 assists, I believe. Would have had another if LeBron made that dunk. Some of them outlet passes are crazy, man. Not only to have a vision just to put it on point and be able to flick it that far, man. That's amazing. I think that's why he's the only person in the league that does it. He's been looking good lately. I think he's the key to the next series if they move on. I think how he matches up with Draymond and able to stretch the floor. I think that's big for Cleveland. Kyrie, 42 points. A lot of nice finishes. Strong finishes and ones. And I don't know if I'm ready to call him the best finisher that I've seen. We'll say below the rim because he don't really dunk. So we'll say the best below the rim finisher. But he's the best finisher I've ever seen with my left hand. I can't think of anybody that finishes with the left hand like that. With that much confidence and putting spin on it and, just finishing. Contact, no contact, floaters, all that with the left. He's got to be the best. So I'll give him that. He might be the best lefty finisher I've seen. I want to know how you guys felt about LeBron playing with the, picking up the 4 fouls. Is that more a coaching error for leaving him in, for trusting him? Or is that him for being silly? Being too aggressive with the 3 fouls. And I know one of them was kind of controversial. That when he fouled Smart on the 3, they probably could have let it go, but they called it. What do you think about the decision? You think it's more on Ty Lue, or you think it's or you think it's the coach trusting the quote unquote best player in the world? I think a lot of coaches might have pulled him in that moment just because there's about 8 minutes left. But, he took a gamble. It didn't pay off. But it kind of got Kyrie going. I think if LeBron stays in the game, you don't see Kyrie go ahead and, lead them. Because I think he scored about 12 points in the second quarter without Bron. So I don't think you see him, catch that rhythm and become explosive if LeBron doesn't pick up that 4th foul. Not to say that he plays better without Bron on the floor, but he definitely showed why he's, multi-time All-Star MVP, a very coveted player who, he makes a lot of money, and he definitely earned it last night. As far as the series goes, they got to go back to Boston, Game 5. I think the Cavs will close it out. I just think they're just too much for Boston. Boston plays really well together. Like I said before, they're playing really hard, really scrappy. They're really fighting for every rebound. Al Horford is, he's not having the greatest series, but he's definitely hit some shots, some turnarounds, and some jump shots, even if he's using the glass that he probably, I probably didn't think, he can make. But he's definitely playing well, and he's definitely trying to step up and lead that team. So is Smart, so is Bradley, Olenek, and even, what's his name? Oh, even, Jay Crowder. He's always tough. He's never going to let you, punk him or anything like that. But yeah, I think they close it out, and I think you get your Cavs Warriors finals, that everybody's looking for. On to college basketball, we got just some guys that have pulled out of the draft, some guys that have stayed in it. Andrew Jones, former McDonald's All-American, highly ranked player at Texas. He was a freshman this past year. Didn't have the greatest freshman year, but good player. He returned, so now I think that makes Texas. They got to be ranked inside the top 15 to start the year. With him, decent recruiting class. They got Matt Coleman from Oak Hill, point guard. Mo Bamba just committed. I believe he's 3 or 4 in ESPN. I think 3. They just got him, so maybe they could put and they've had some guys that have been there since Shaka got there. So you might be looking at a team that definitely a tournament team, but maybe a team that can make some noise. Go further in the tournament. Aaron Holiday, Thomas Welsh, they both came back for UCLA. Holiday about like the 6th man on that team. Really good player, really good guard. They're gonna need him now that they just lost Alford, Hamilton, and Ball. So maybe he steps in and becomes a starter. Welsh, he's started for the past couple of years. Really just double guy. And I think he just continues to do that. He hits a little short corner jumper, nice touch, finishes. I think UCLA will be good again next year too. Travion Blewett, Xavier, he's coming back. They made the Elite 8 run. They got to be a top 25 team coming back if he's coming back. I think he averaged about 18 last year, and he's creeping up on that all-time scoring list as far as Xavier, as far as the school, and he's probably going to average. He averaged 18 last year. I don't see how he, maybe less just because they have a good team, but certainly in the 15 to 16, if not 20, 21. So look for Xavier to have a big year with some good recruits coming in and some guys that have been there and experience from that team that went to the Elite 8. Some guys that haven't declared yet on whether they're going to stay or leave or stay in the draft or return to school. Caleb Swanigan, All-American Purdue. I think he led the country in double-doubles last year. Just, great. And if you ever get a chance, look at his story, man. Like, he was always like, in like type of overweight kid growing up, kind of got made fun of, and then, he's obviously becoming to an NBA prospect. So if you ever get time, check out his story, man. It's real uplifting and positive, and it's a good message, man, to kind of, fight through adversity. Hamidou Diallo, he's kind of like the mystery man in the draft. Came to Kentucky mid-year out of a high school in Connecticut, prep school in Connecticut, and he practiced with the team up until their tournament run, and nobody really knows much about him. He posted that really high score in the vertical jump at the combine, and he's trying to he's testing the waters, and I think he's doing the right thing. But they say he's 50-50 on whether he's going to come back or not. But I think he's got to come back, man. But if somebody promises him that they're going to take him, why not? Especially in the first round. Like, go ahead. If you can get to the league now, why wait a year? We penalize these kids for, not being ready to play or not being, your skills might not be ready or you got to spend a year in the D League. But if you're going to pick me and I'm 18 or 19 years old, like, I was 18 or 19 when you picked me. So, like, how can't expect me to be, in my prime at 19. You want me to be in my prime later. So if somebody's going to promise him to take him, I think he goes. I don't see what's the point of, not to say that college is important, but at that point you might just be delaying yourself a year when you could possibly become an even better player in a year. Because if you're around NBA guys for a year and you're at UK for a year, I think you're better off being in the NBA. Another guy who decided to stay in the draft was Tony Bradley, kid from here in Florida. Went to high school here in Florida. He decided to stay in the draft. Played on UNC. He was the first big off their bench. I think he had a chance to have a really good year with UNC this year. He's going to start for the Tar Heels, but he decided to leave, and I think somebody promised him. I think somebody said, like, hey, we will take you if you stay in, and he decided to stay in. So we'll see how it goes, man. Like I said, today's the day you can pull out of the draft if you declared early, and so I'm sure we'll have some more stories for you tomorrow. No playoffs today, so I don't really have much to report. But look for Cleveland to close it out on Thursday, and you get your Cavs Warriors finals, and I have a preview for you then. So hope everybody has a safe weekend, good weekend, Memorial Day weekend, and stay safe out there, and say a little prayer for Manchester, England, man. They just went through a horrific, unfortunate event, where somebody decided to take a bunch of other people's lives and then inflict harm on people on purpose. So just say a little prayer for them in your me time, and everybody have a safe weekend, man. All right, one.